Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Shoshana. And I want to talk a little bit about unconditional love and love. What is love? And I'll be happy to hear anything that you have to input on the conversation in the comments below, because this is something that I've been pondering for years. Um, what is love? To love somebody unconditionally. Um, in a way of between a couple where it is unconditioned. And I've heard many times many people say that it's impossible. There is no such thing as unconditional love. What is love? How do you even put it into words? It's something that is so grand. It's kind of like God. You can't express it. There are no words to express it. It's love is the language of the universe. Love is uh, uh, encompasses all that is. And the closest that I've been able to come to understanding what is unconditional love, first of all, to be able to love somebody else unconditionally, you first have to love yourself unconditionally. You can't, you can only love another to the depths that you can love yourself. That's why this, again, this self-healing path is the most important. And the closest I've been able to sum it up is that love is allowance, is pure allowance. And it is not allowance in a way that I grant you allowance, because that's also controlling. It's I own you, I have ownership over you, therefore I can grant you. So it's kind of a true love, unconditional love. It has no strings attached. And I remember when I was a child, I remember my favorite movie when I was little was The Princess Bride. And it had everything in it. It had romance and mystic and adventure. And one of the main characters was a was a girl, was a woman, and it had very obvious role playing archetypes going on, and monsters and all sorts of things. So I loved that movie. But I remember the in the beginning of the movie, she was the young girl worked. She was at her father's farm, and there was a farmhand there, and everything that he was totally in love with her, and everything that she would say to him, he would say, "As you wish." As you wish, like whatever you wish, as you wish. And this is something that keeps coming back to me lately. As you wish, as you wish. And I see in that kind of like within a relationship a measurement. And it doesn't mean that somebody can step all over you and you say as you wish, but in a way of allowance. It's if that is what you want to do, if that is what you feel like you want to experience in your lifetime, as you wish. Just go and be the most that you can be, whatever you want. Let me just I'm going and let me or don't let me, because unconditional love has no strings attached. That means that I can completely let you go to go do whatever your heart desires, whatever you feel like you need to accomplish in this lifetime to live the fullest life. And I will find peace and happiness in that, because I truly love you and want for you your best life experience, what is best for you. And there is such a detachment in that. At the same time, there is the purest form of love that I can find. And it's in complete allowance. In complete, it's kind of like it's a surrender. It's kind of like the spiritual awakening, just surrendering. And I remember when I was younger, when I was a teenager, and this is coming back to self love and what we feel like we are deserving of. And when we truly love ourselves, we also want to be on the flip side of that as you wish, not only the grantors of as you wish, but also the one that receives that as you wish. And in order to receive that, you have to, first of all, see yourself worthy, and also see yourself worthy of adventures that you want to have. To be able to see what it is that you do want to experience in your life, you have to put yourself first in your life. And it doesn't mean that you have to step on anybody else for it, or that you have to fight for it, or that you have to be in any way offensive or defensive for it. It just means that you have to see yourself as worthy of it. And when you see yourself worthy of it, then there will be all sorts of interests that present themselves to you, all sorts of things that you want to do or want to experience in your life. Once you feel worthy and you feel whole, you will see all of these things opening up for you, and being able to be let go enough in a relationship to um, to allow yourself to want your own um, achievements, or individual experiences, or um, to grant your own wishes to you, and to find a partner that is large enough and self-secure enough and loves themselves enough to be in a place of loving you, um, without trying to suffocate or to close off your dreams or close off your expansion, to allow you. So the closest I've been able to find is that the closest words or explanation that I've been able to find is complete allowance. And I'd be happy to hear any kind of ideas that you have on this in the comments below. But I remember when I was younger, when I was a teenager, a little bit, and close to my 20s, and there was this boy that I really liked, really liked. I liked him so much that I couldn't talk next to him. And I gave up before even trying. It was like, if I really liked him, then I didn't see that they would see my worth. And so it's like I gave it before I even started. And I think back to that often. I was really young, and I don't think that, you know, so many things have happened since then in my life, and I'm really happy with my life. And I don't have those feelings of attraction towards him now. Um, but I remember it as an experience of what I really wanted. I wouldn't go after because I was afraid um, to be disappointed, because I was afraid that I wasn't worthy of it, and I was afraid that it wouldn't work out for me anyway. I was too afraid to go after what I really wanted. So a lot of my life, I feel like I settled. And even looking at it now, I can see that it was all exact. It all had to be that way in order for me to build myself up to the point that I am, right? Because you have to have that contrast. You have to have what to build from, and that life experience. But when I look back now, I think to myself, that was, um, yeah, I can see the contrast and the lack of self-love that I had. And it had nothing to do with what I looked like. It had nothing to do with how smart I was. It had everything to do with my own perception of myself and my place in the world, and how worthy I was of getting what I truly wanted. And it comes back to this question that came up in my mind this morning. I'm not sure that it was in relevance, probably was, but I'm not sure that it was in relevance to this video at all, because I didn't even think I didn't know that I was going to do this video until a few minutes ago. And but I was thinking to myself, do you want to be a chooser in your life, or do you want to be chosen in your life? Because being a chooser is being out there and choosing the life that you want with purpose and initiation and initiative. And being the chosen in your life, it can be just kind of letting go and whatever comes. But at the same time, being chosen allows you to know that you are worthy and that you don't have to fight for everything. You don't have to be pushy about everything. And the thought that came to mind is that I want to be an equal balance of both of those things. I want to choose, but I also want to be chosen. I want to feel that the outside supports me as much as I support the outside. And that was just some thoughts that came to mind that are kind of connected to that. Um, so it's kind of like the rabbit hole I've been getting into this morning. There's another rabbit hole I've been getting into this morning, really deep, even deeper than this, is the triggers. So I may do a video about that. I'm writing about it now. So I think I'm going to go ahead and sum this up here. If you've been watching, thank you for watching, and I really appreciate it. I'm sending you guys so much love, and if you would like to meet with me one-on-one, my contact information is in my website. Thank you.